Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to the very first out of 2 reactions. Reactions I'll be jumping on this YouTube platform. Welcome once again to another Vibrations. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Big up on yourself for definitely being a part of these Vibrations, as well as the previous one I did yesterday, brothers and sisters. You guys won BrBpTV platform with me up until like around, I think 10:30 maybe. That was the longest reaction Vibrations I actually did, guys, for the history of me actually going live. And of course, big up all the individuals out there interacting with me and vibing with me and giving your inputs and what have you on the live chat on the BrBpTV reaction I actually did yesterday on the Vibrations of the Prime Minister's, input. That's how it tends to go from time to time, brothers and sisters. But of course, we are back again for another one. Don't forget to click the like button. I would appreciate it, and subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get the latest Vibrations when they tend to come through. Big up the massive out large, brothers and sisters, and without further ado, let us get into the Vibrations for which I actually indicated yesterday. And of course, this is it right there, brothers and sisters. This is actually from JamaicaObserver.com. Dominica hopefully to regain visa-free status to the United Kingdom, according to Prime Minister SKERRIT. Right there, brothers and sisters. Now, guys, I'm not sure if you guys remember when the individuals came down, that was European Union, and they would give their grievances on the situation. But of course, the United Kingdom had a big grievance when it comes down to the CBI passports, brothers and sisters. Yes, they had a massive grievance when it comes down to especially Dominica. And I indicated to you guys that is exactly what's going to happen. Brothers and sisters, some people might say, oh, Mystelics, what are they calling these people? Is psychic? Oh, no, brothers, these things is easy to understand. You can understand the trajectories of things before they happen. It's very easy to understand. The Prime Minister now is claiming that, United Kingdom is hopeful, Dominica is hopeful of regaining visa-free status to the United Kingdom. Now, there's something I have to point out right there. And of course, I must bring it to you guys' attention. There's something called passportindex.org. And you get to see where certain passports can actually travel to. You pretty much see all the different types of passports on the website where you can actually go to explore to see what is happening or where can your passports go, brothers and sisters. Now, I remember, let me see if they actually have it there. They actually mentioned the countries and 4 other countries. Okay, let's just read this and then we'll get into what I actually want to talk about right there. Of course, Prime Minister Roosevelt SKERRIT Monday said he remains hopeful that an agreement could be reached. Some compromising can be arrived at. Of course, some agreement could be reached with the United Kingdom government reversing its decision to impose visa restrictions on Dominicans entering the United Kingdom. Britain, brothers and sisters, if you want to go to England, you can't at the present. You need visas because of what the very Mr. Man did to Dominica. Right there. It wasn't the citizens that did it. No. It was SKERRIT. The reason why they imposed visa restrictions on Dominica, because they noticed a lot of cocoa macaque. Some kind of macaque is going on when it comes down to the kind of individuals that the Prime Minister them apparently are giving citizenship to then bypass the dirty ways and the restrictions that they have to then go into United Kingdom without setting foot in Dominica. One of the things that I believe, brothers and sisters, when it comes down to the CBI program, I believe only individuals who have stepped foot in Dominica and have realized, hey, okay, I've been there, I really want to be a part of this country, I really want to contribute, in a meaningful effort. And when I want to contribute in meaningful effort, giving me passports and this kind of things, they can help. But apparently that is not the case that they actually do. That's not how they're doing it. You want to buy a passport, not for you to come to Dominica, you want to buy a passport so you can evade the dirty ways of your country. To do what? To go to other countries that are allowed by the smaller countries right there. So England noticed the chaos of this, even to which I think there was a situation that happened with them where the 2 individuals tried to obtain visas from their country to go to the United Kingdom. They were denied consistently, brothers and sisters, and consecutively. They were always denied, brothers and sisters, but they found a loophole, and that loophole was Dominica. So, though United Kingdom did not want them to come, they kept cancelling their visas. What happened is they obtained Dominica passports, bought the passports for 100,000 or whatever amount, whatever was going on under the table. They bought these passports. When they got these passports, they were then able to travel to the United Kingdom, even though the United Kingdom say, no, you're not coming there. So, as a result of that and other grievances that they face with the Dominican government through the CBI programs, they decide, you know what, it's not good for us. We need to protect ourselves from individuals that are obtaining Dominica passports, because apparently they don't really care about coming to Dominica. They want to come to our country. So they impose visa restrictions on Dominica. Like I indicated before, I remember reading some articles that they tried to keep it for the local, those who were born in Dominica. And I read the article. I think I actually did a commentary on that, a reaction on that. So they wanted to keep it for the Dominicans born in Dominica, and then any individual from the CBI obtain a passport would need to require a visa to enter. But for some reason they noticed that they cannot do this, because on the passport they will consider Dominicans. So that was a whole other subject matter right there, you know. But of course, brothers and sisters, let us continue in that regard right there. On July 19th, 2023, last year, London said the decision to impose the visa requirements with immediate effect on Dominica and 4 other countries had been taken solely for migration and border security reasons, and was not a sign of poor relations with these countries. It was not a sign of poor relations with these countries. It was as a result of the dirty ways caused by none other than Dominica. Now they indicate there was 4 other countries right there, brothers and sisters. 4 other countries, right? Okay. I think it was Antigua, Grenada, St. Kitts, and I think Barbados. I think, I'm not sure if Barbados was one, but it's 3 ones I remember right there. Okay? So, on 4 other countries, that was supposed to be happening last year. But based off this thing that we're seeing right there, brothers and sisters, there's something called passportindex.org, where you can literally type in passports. There's something on find. This is not the full thing, but you get to see, you click find, and then you can type in, you know, D, and you will see Dominica. So you see Dominica, and you know the countries that Dominica can actually go to via these things right there. Dominica can go to visa-free access, 89 countries. The blue is, I think you can get digital visas. Okay, look at there. Let us see what it does. So visa requirements is red. Visa on arrival is blue. The green is visa free. And a red, well, e-visa, you can obtain e-visa, but you have to, some you have the hard copy, then you have the e-visa right there. You have to apply for them. Seems like these are digital. So you have the physical visa, and then you have the digital visa, from my understanding. Well, they call our passports e-passport, so maybe it's still physical. I don't know why they call it e-passport, but you know, that's how it goes, brothers and sisters. So Dominica can actually go to 89 countries, that of which, let's look at the United Kingdom. We go to United Kingdom, visa required. Okay, United Kingdom. Now, brothers and sisters, we want to find out, there's something called comparison. Where is the comparison? Compare passports and the destination. So let's put Dominica, D, Dominica, then A for Antigua. Is Antigua and Barbuda. Then we have Grenada, and then we have St. Kitts. Where is St. Kitts? This is in there, so we should have St. Kitts there. Look at there. Alright. So you have the comparison, brothers and sisters. Just keep that in mind right there. If you go down to the United Kingdom, now keep in mind, brothers and sisters, what did you read? And 4 other countries. Alright, beautiful. Now we're looking at 3 other countries, but we're going to the United Kingdom. United Kingdom is this one right there, so you guys can get to see. United Kingdom is this one. United Kingdom, visa required for Dominica. But none of the other countries have visa requirements. They are still visa free. Antigua visa free, Grenada visa free, St. Kitts visa free, brothers and sisters. So it seems like the only country that they banned from coming to their shores was Dominica. Now, brothers and sisters, if you guys were listening to what I was saying when I was talking about this, I said do not be surprised that they do not ban the other countries. They just use this as an example. I literally said that. Do not be surprised if they do not ban the other countries. The real issue that they have to put it on the CBI, and of course the other countries in CBI, and then make a claim that they were going to ban the other countries. But that was not the case. The only country that they banned or they put visa restrictions on was Dominica. Alright? I remember during the time St. Kitts, we even had that conversation in October. I think November, St. Kitts was supposed to lose their own. Grenada was supposed to lose their own about in December. Antigua, I think Antigua was in January sometime. But none of that happened for them, brothers and sisters. The only country that they banned was Dominica. That is to tell you that the problem that Dominica faced was not as a result of CBI, because the other countries are CBI. Was as a result of the terrible due diligence process that Dominica was doing. And of course, it seems to have some underhand kind of vibe that was taking place, because when the European Union came to Dominica, they also made that sentiment. They made this sentiment that's stating that, hey, 25% or 75% of passports sold was not reported to the Dominican people. 75%. Which means we did not get the 75% of monies, brothers and sisters, that was supposed to come to Dominica. Because you can't tell me 25% was reported and the full 100% come on. Use your brain, brothers and sisters. That is not even remotely possible. But of course, as indicated right there, brothers and sisters, you guys can let me know the other country right there. I'm thinking maybe it's Barbados, I'm thinking maybe it's Barbados. But of course, Barbados doesn't have that issue. Let's go for Barbados. I think it's Barbados right there. Let me go back. Let's do Barbados, guys. B for Barbados. And if you go on this thing, remember, you guys can search it for yourself. passportindex.org. So they have visa free as well for United Kingdom. So if Barbados is the fourth country, then you know what's up right there. Anyways, let's head back to this. Okay, guys, so Dominica was the only one that was rejected right there. The United Kingdom also said nationals of these countries will also be required to obtain a direct airside transit visa if they intend to transit via the United Kingdom. So they're not telling you need visa, but you need a transit visa if you are definitely passing through these things. And a direct airside transit visa, brothers and sisters, you have to pay for it. So it's not, you're not coming through the country. You're not coming to the country, you're passing through. But you also paying taxes on the airplane that you're passing through the country with, whether it's $5 or $10 or whatever. But on top of that, brothers and sisters, you then have to pay for direct airside transit visa, which of course will be interesting, because if you have this, well, if they catch you in the country, that's all. I was thinking maybe if you want to go United Kingdom and check about Dominica had, you take a direct airside transit visa, and you'll be able to go into the airport, so you can go to your next flight or whatever. But you can also decide you busting out, you digging out. So that is another story right there. But of course, if you intending to travel through United Kingdom to go somewhere else, I remember they actually had that situation. Well, you guys don't know these people. So anyways, brothers and sisters, so the British government said that careful consideration on Dominica's operation of its citizenship investment scheme. Scheme, brothers and sisters. When you hear the word scheme, you notice that there's some troubles in there. Scheme. Remember the pyramid scheme? So I guess it has its good and its bad, but you get my point. Scheme always has a notion of doing or relating to something that seems to be terrible right there. Anyways, but the CBI program has shown clear and evident abuse. Let me read that again. The British government said that careful consideration on Dominica's operation of a citizenship by investment scheme has shown clear and evident abuse of the scheme, including the granting of citizenship to individuals known to pose a risk to the United Kingdom. Remember, the government has been indicating that Dominica has the most robust due diligence program ever. It has the most robust. If it has the most robust, that means it is the most robust in the world, brothers and sisters. But he said the most robust due diligence program for these things. And you hear how much criminals obtain Dominica passports. It's like you're saying something, brothers and sisters, but you know what the person is saying, it doesn't add up to objective reality. This is why I always tell people, don't listen to what people say. Look at what they do. You basically see the objective reality. Don't listen to what they say. I notice a lot of labor rights are just listening to what their prime minister is saying. He said this and they clapping, yay, hallelujah. You know, I don't even say hallelujah, but they happy because he says certain things. My prime minister said this, my prime minister said that, I believe in my prime minister. But when you look at the action, you cannot see it. The prime minister has been indicated Dominica has the most robust due diligence program or process when it comes down to the CBI program. And there's been at least over 50 criminals that have obtained Dominica passports. And we're not just talking about Dominica passports, we're talking about diplomatic passports. The ambassadors of Dominica. This is why the United Kingdom has said what? There's clear evidence that has shown this sort of misconduct, brothers and sisters. Of course, as indicated right there, Dominica is among a handful of Caribbean countries with a citizenship by investment program through which foreign investors are granted citizenship of the island in return for making substantial investment in the socio-economic development of the country. I think that's what SKERRIT was talking about when it comes down to the amount of monies that has been out there for development. All right, that of which people cannot see. They just hear the prime minister say that, and that's all they have. Anyway, speaking at the news conference on Monday, SKERRIT said that his administration is continuing to work with the British government, that Rosso had received a letter from James Cleverly, the former Home Secretary, on the situation. It was a very positive letter. Who's not saying that? Who not saying that? SKERRIT said, of course, it's SKERRIT that said that. Just like SKERRIT was telling us, that the meeting was successful with European Union. Meeting was successful, and then all of a sudden you start hearing what? Ireland and Guatemala, well, Guatemala not European Union, but a number of countries decided to impose visa restrictions on Dominica after that said meeting right there. But he's talking about it was a very positive letter. Of course, it's positive letter all around. There is there is an outstanding ongoing matter that we have to bring to conclusion, and we are working on that, SKERRIT said, adding there has been some pushback from legal standpoint, but I believe we'll be pushing hard on it. So I'm thinking they're probably trying to utilize the other countries they say that they'll put restrictions on, but the UK have a right to put restrictions on whoever they feel. On whoever and whomever they feel is their countries, because they know certain things have been happening that has been violating their standing and national security, and has decided, let us put it on Dominica. We just use the other countries because they're involved in CBI, but not really because they don't impose visa restrictions on them at all. Anyways, I will be writing to the new minister to update her on what we have done and what we are doing, and to respond to the letter of her predecessor. I think there's been a new government of a new prime minister in the United Kingdom, and as a result of that, probably the prime minister is trying his best to see if he can get it back. Well, it's your fault you lose it, sir. So it's your fault. You have to try and find it and get it back. Yes, man, you have to try and get it back. But of course, we always knew that these kind of things is gonna happen. But don't be surprised, brothers and sisters, if more countries before the end of the year are imposing visa restrictions on Dominica. With all what SKERRIT saying there. Nice words, positive letters. He wouldn't tell us what is the positive letter. I know what in the positive letter. But he will say, look at there, it was a very positive letter. He said, There's an ongoing outstanding, there is an outstanding ongoing matter. There is an ongoing outstanding matter that we have to bring to conclusion, and we are working on that, SKERRIT said. Adding, I don't understand, how is it a positive letter when he's adding there has been some pushback from a legal standpoint, but I believe we will be pushing hard on it. So how is this a positive letter? Which part of the letter there that you have given us? He says there's an ongoing matter that we have to bring to conclusion, and we are working on that. Yet still he's saying in that very positive letter there has been some pushback from a legal standpoint, that of which seems like they do not want to do it. They've been using legal authority to have a pushback on what the government of Dominica is trying to do. But he still believes we will be pushing hard on it. Anyways, he indicated I'll be writing to the new minister, the new individual that came into possession of the government right there. Also, he indicated, I believe that all things considered and the tone of the engagement with the United Kingdom government over the last several months, I am satisfied at some point we will see a visa-free travel to United Kingdom, and of course some of the additional actions, which are actions they did not ask for. So he's planning his best to see if he can get it. On top of that, we will try to put more things in place, so you'll really be impressed with us, so you can give us visa-free access. Guys, from what I'm reading there, it doesn't sound like that is a positive letter. It doesn't sound like that is a positive letter, because if they're asking you for certain things and you say, okay, that's not enough, you want to put more things so you can impress them, that says that you are trying your best, true, but they are not bulging on what you are presenting. Therefore, you have to add more stuff to it to try to impress them, to sway them to remove the visa restrictions on Dominica. I think one of the reasons why they are fighting this is because we've heard that certain individuals from the government body, not governing body, but from the government body, tried to transit to the United Kingdom, but they were denied. Other individuals involved in the CBI program under the government body, not the governing body, but the government body, they were denied entry through the United Kingdom. So that be the case, brothers and sisters. It seems like they're trying their best to see if they can make access happen, and maybe that's one of the reasons why funds cannot be transferred via planes. I've heard that plane does bring money to Dominica. I don't know if that's the case, but if they are denying entry to the very CBI individuals under the government body, that tells you a lot. So he's probably trying to rectify that situation right there. That's, guys, coming from, if you're not getting that vibe, let me know here, because that's a vibe that I'm actually getting. He said, we believe that those actions will place us in a stronger position to make a case for the reintroduction of visa-free regime between Dominica and the United Kingdom. Remember, brothers and sisters, they have to take out visa-free access from 5 countries, including Dominica. They only removed it from Dominica alone. They removed it from Dominica alone because of grave concerns to the United Kingdom's government and the national security. So he believes those actions will place us in a stronger position. It's rather interesting that he's talking about a positive letter at the top. It was a very positive letter, but then he's trying to do things that will place them in a stronger position to make a case. So there's no case, apparently. So what is he talking about, a stronger letter? Brothers and sisters, you have to be able to read in between the lines, because the Prime Minister has a way of trying to phrase certain things and then puts what he did that last night when I was reacting to the video. He made a claim and say, oh, Dominic is not paying us for the thing. Then he make it seem as though, oh, Dominic not paying for the generators. Then later down he talking about, sooner or later they will have to pay. So you see how SKERRIT does do things. He puts one thing over there and put the other thing over there, so that you wouldn't draw a reference in that regard, or you will say quickly and hope that you forget that he said that. If you pay attention, you'll understand. Anyways, brothers and sisters, So he's talking about writing a positive letter, but then trying to make a stronger case so that they can remove the visa restrictions on Dominica. So we remain hopeful, and we continue to engage the United Kingdom government in respectful, transparent manner. Why couldn't you be transparent before? When the United Kingdom was constantly telling Dominica and another country, I forget that other country name, they were telling Dominica, stop using traveling to the United Kingdom as a selling point for passports. They ignored it. Now tell me why. Help me understand, brothers and sisters. If somebody is doing something, right, and you're telling that person, and what that person is doing is affecting you, and you're telling that person, stop doing that. Stop doing it. You should not be using traveling to the United Kingdom as a selling point, visa free, as a selling point. You should not be doing that. They tell you time and time and time again not to do that. You ignored those people. You're still using it to the point where I even heard that there were people who obtained Dominican passports in Pakistan and were making Dominican passports and selling it much cheaper. This is one of the reasons why we had to enter very quickly into the e-passport. Because the United Kingdom also noticed that as well. When Annette brought it up in Parliament, they want to make it seem as, oh, that's not happening. We saw the evidence very clear in front of us, and they refused to answer. They're making it seem as, oh, it's propaganda she's spewing. When the United Kingdom was watching that happening to them. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So Annette brought it forth. They make it seem as it's nonsense. She talking, want to berate the lady and all kind of things, when it was the true fact that everybody saw right there. Anyways, where was I? Want to consider the tune? What you talking about tune? So he said he remain hopeful and we continue to engage. I don't think if I was the United Kingdom, I would not give it, because I warned you guys over and over until the consequence coming. Then you want to pretend as if you're on the side of us. You're trying to help us out. You're trying to protect our national borders. When Dominica has been known to be giving criminals passports. Alison Maduke, it have a set of them was Ali Reza Monfared. They even hide him in Dominica. In Mondaniel, man was we. They're looking for the man. Then they send him and go. They catch him in Dominica Republic. If you were the UK brothers and sisters, looking from a standpoint, an outside standpoint, would you then give Dominica visa-free access again? Knowing that the government at present was the one who caused it in the first place, would you? Would you put your people at risk for the sake of a little country, Dominica, when that little country felt like it was boss and could do whatever it want? I remember SKERRIT in pompous chest in Parliament, you know. He say, not the little boy, you want to take them as a little boy, not the little boy, you know. Sometimes when you get enough money, you feel like, you know, you can do a lot of things, not realizing that the very people who are bigger than you can take it away. So you feel it was unstoppable and they put it on you. United Kingdom, make sure they told SKERRIT, you want to play boss? Not true? No problem. We will make it seem as if we're going to take out everybody from CBI and we'll only remove Dominica. That's exactly what they did. They removed Dominica from visa-free travel. Now SKERRIT want to pretend, oh, they gave this stuff and we want to go above and beyond. None of the best stuff going on up and beyond, above and beyond, no, for the people of Dominica. Since their people were the ones stopped in the United Kingdom. They were stopped. Two of them were stopped, brothers and sisters. CBI agents or related to CBI. They were stopped. They couldn't continue. I don't know where they sent them, but they couldn't travel through. Must have sent them back Dominica or something of that sort. Next plane out, go home, got your mother home. Anyways, he's talking about they remain hopeful and will continue to engage the United Kingdom. All the best. Remember, Canada gave access, visa-free access to certain countries, and they left out Dominica. You realize that? They left out Dominica on that. And they put back a number of the countries right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, among the action taken recently by Dominica regarding the CBI program is the signing of a memorandum of understanding MOU with other countries with the OAS, not OAS now, OECS, brothers and sisters, Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, namely St. Lucia, Antigua, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis. I think maybe St. Lucia is the other one that was involved in the CBI program. I think it's St. Lucia, not Barbados, but St. Lucia. Okay? So, since I have it there, And I think that is one of the reasons they were talking about Dominica's stuff being sent to $200,000 instead of $100,000. Anyways, let's continue reading. So there was some MOU set up by the OECS with Caribbean countries, St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbados, Grenada, and St. Kitts and Nevis that have similar CBI program. The MOU outlines critical agreements among the participating CBI countries, including the exchange of best practices and due diligence processes, establishment of a minimum threshold of $200,000, reflecting actual funds received, information sharing on the application. Brothers and sisters, I did a reaction on that sentiment when Matt asked him that question on the basis of the $200,000. Apparently, they edited out some of the information in the video that I reacted to. That was literally live, so people didn't think I made it up. They edited out certain things in that video, brothers and sisters. But anyways, when Matt asked him the question about $200,000, he then made it from MMC, because apparently MMC is still selling passports less than that, or is alleged to be selling passports less than 200,000. And the Prime Minister never made claim on MMCE selling the passports for $200,000. He went on to talk. It's a long video. He went on to talk about, if people selling passports at $100,000 and then they can prove, and it has been proven that they bought the passports for less than $100,000, the citizenship will be revoked. But if MMC, who is part of the CBI program, the individuals who have been authorized by the government to be selling passports on behalf of Dominica is selling passports less than $200,000, and you're saying that these people, if they are found out will be canceling their passports, the holder of the passport shouldn't be the one who should bear the consequence. It should be those who are authorized to sell passports, who are selling passports for less than $200,000. These are the ones that should be or face the consequence. What exactly is the consequence of that, though? Did they put anything of that? I think they should put some consequence in that regard. But you have to understand that if the MMC is in fact an established body that has been authorized by the government of Dominica to sell passports, and they are selling passports for less than $200,000, whose fault is that? Anyways, brothers and sisters, it outlines the MOU, outlines the agreement, participation, of course, establishment of minimum threshold of $200,000 reflecting actual funds received, information sharing on application. They should also state, according to European Union, that all funds made through the CBI program should come where? To the consolidated fund, or come to the home country. That is the specific word that they use. Come to the home country right there. All funds raised by CBI should come to the home country. It's probably one of the reasons why we're having problems today, because they're sending the monies overseas, probably to MMC company, and then they're trying to send some of that money in bulk to Dominica, but the banks them cannot prove it, because they were also talking about the corresponding banks, and it seems like the corresponding banks are having issues sending monies to Dominica. Maybe they are trying. I also made the statement that it's possible that maybe they are trying to send additional monies from additional people with these CBI funds to Dominica, and they cannot verify it, and as a result of not being able to verify it, these monies cannot enter Dominica, so everything is on a standstill. I say that's a huge possibility, because the only issue that the corresponding bank would have is if they cannot verify the monies, and they do not want to be participating in money laundering. So the only issue that the corresponding banks would have is if they cannot prove where these monies are coming from, that Dominica is trying to send from wherever to Dominica. Isn't that simple logic? You guys can help me understand that as well. It also allows for enhanced transparency measures, including financial disclosures. Transparency in that regard, independent financial and operational audits, the creation of a regional authority to establish standards, as well as the adoption of common communication and promotion standards, the regulation of agents. That's very much vital right there, because all sort of people just want to, he's selling passport. Even lawyers want to be selling passport. Lawyers. Hey. the regulations of agents, and the implementation of joint training programs for CBI administrations. Now, all this is nice and dandy, brothers and sisters, but as indicated by the question of Matt, since they put this out there, and we're still hearing that, it's alleged that MMC is still selling passports less than $100,000, less than $200,000 as given there. The government never addressed that, said that they will talk to MMC and see if that is the case. They never said none of that stuff. Maybe MMC has some sort of shares that they are decided they are the ones who will be doing whatever they want with Dominica passports, and SKERRIT them cannot do nothing. So they are still selling Dominica passports as the way that they sold it before. It's alleged that they're still selling it that way. And then the government is then saying, well, if they sell it at that price and we can prove that they are selling it less than what the government has indicated, then the people who have obtained the passports will be revoked. So MMC will still keep the monies. They'll just revoke the passports. You want a lawsuit? Scare them. You want a lawsuit? Man buying the passports from authorized people that you gave the ability to sell Dominica passports. If they buy it at $100,000 and you come and claim, oh, it was $200,000, they needed to make that arrangement. They did not buy it. You're going to cancel those people's passport because of the authorized agent. So you're not firing the authorized agent. You're not taking away the authority of the authorized agent. Why? That's an interesting thing, eh? Very interesting indeed. Anyways, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Tune in, hopefully, for another reaction a bit later on today. This is about Mystelics once again, guys. Be real. Salute the king. Be positive.